You've probably heard it before. If you just eat clean, exercise, and take your meds, your blood sugar will normalize. But what if you've done everything right and your glucose levels are still out of control? What if you're eating healthy meals, walking daily, sleeping well, and checking your sugar after every meal, yet somehow your numbers don't move, or worse, keep going up? You're not alone. Millions of people with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes are doing everything they're told, but they still feel tired, foggy, frustrated, and stuck with high blood sugar that won't budge. Why? Because there's one piece of the puzzle almost everyone misses. And today, we're going to fix that. I'm talking about supplements, not magic pills or internet fads, but proven science-backed nutrients that actually help regulate your blood sugar and support your insulin function. And no, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm going to show you what actually works, how it works, and what thousands of diabetics are using right now to get real results. But please stay until the end, because some of these supplements can interact with medications, and there's a right way and a wrong way to take them. Let's start with the one supplement that's making waves in diabetes research and clinical practice around the world, berberine. This is not some new hyped-up superfood. Berberine is a plant-based compound found in herbs like golden seal and barberry, and it has a shockingly powerful effect on blood sugar. How powerful? In multiple clinical studies, berberine lowered blood sugar just as effectively as metformin, the most commonly prescribed diabetes drug, without the harsh side effects. It improves insulin sensitivity, reduces glucose production in the liver, and helps transport sugar into your cells so it can be burned for energy instead of building up in your bloodstream. But here's the key. It only works if taken correctly. You need the right dosage, the right form, and you need to take it with meals. Most people who say berberine didn't work for me either bought a weak brand, took too little, or didn't take it consistently. Now, the second supplement might surprise you, because it's something your body actually needs every day. But if you're diabetic, you might be dangerously low without knowing it. I'm talking about magnesium. Yes, magnesium. A mineral so essential that even a small deficiency can wreck your blood sugar control. You see, magnesium plays a critical role in how your body uses insulin. Without enough magnesium, your insulin can't do its job properly, no matter how much you produce or inject. In fact, studies show that diabetics with low magnesium levels are more likely to experience frequent glucose spikes, higher HbA1c levels, increased insulin resistance. And guess what? Almost half the population is deficient in magnesium, and the older you are, the higher the risk. But here's the tricky part. Not all magnesium is created equal. Forms like magnesium oxide or sulfate are poorly absorbed and can cause diarrhea or cramps. What you want is magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate, forms your body can actually use to restore balance. Now, if you're wondering, can I just get magnesium from food? Well, yes. Foods like spinach, almonds, and pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium, but the amount you'd need to eat daily to correct a deficiency is almost impossible to maintain long-term, especially if you're already diabetic and watching carbs. That's where a targeted supplement makes all the difference. Moving on. Our third supplement isn't as flashy as berberine, but it's a silent powerhouse for blood sugar control. It's called chromium. Chromium is a trace mineral that helps insulin work better by allowing glucose to enter your cells more efficiently. Think of it like this. Insulin is the key, and your cells are the locked doors. Chromium is the oil that keeps the lock working smoothly. Without enough chromium, your cells can become resistant to insulin's signal, leading to higher blood sugar and, over time, worsening diabetes. In one study, people with type 2 diabetes who took chromium picolinate daily saw significant improvements in fasting blood sugar and post-meal spikes. But as with all supplements, quality matters. Look for a formula that contains at least 200 mcg of chromium picolinate per serving. And again, consistency is key. One pill won't change your life, but taken daily, as part of a full routine, These nutrients can amplify everything else you're already doing, your meals, your walks, your habits, and finally give you the results you've been chasing. Let me ask you something, you. What would your life look like if your blood sugar stopped spiking every time you ate? If you woke up with steady glucose, had more energy after meals, and your A1C started to drop without needing more meds? That's what these supplements are doing for thousands of people right now, not by replacing lifestyle changes, but by enhancing them. And yes, there's a reason this video is titled Supplements That Actually Work, because the market is full of fake promises, low-quality pills, and overpriced junk that prey on your desperation. I'm not here for that. I'm here to help you see exactly which supplements make a difference, and why. And in the next segment, we'll look at the worst supplements that diabetics are wasting money on, and why some of them may even be hurting your health. Keep watching. Let's take a moment and talk about something that no one warns you about when you're diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. False hope. Because once you search for anything related to diabetes supplements, you're going to be bombarded with miracle cures, flashy bottles, and ads that say reverses diabetes in 7 days, or no diet or exercise needed. Sounds tempting, right? Especially when you're exhausted, overwhelmed, and just want something to work. But here's the harsh truth. Most diabetic supplements on the market do absolutely nothing. And worse, some may actually spike your blood sugar further, especially the ones that contain hidden sugars, fillers, or herbs that interact with your medications. That's why in this video, we're not chasing hype. We're focusing on evidence. We already talked about berberine, magnesium, and chromium. Now let's look at another powerful compound that's often overlooked, but has deep roots in ancient medicine: cinnamon extract. Now, I'm not talking about the cinnamon sprinkled on your toast or in sugary lattes. I'm talking about Ceylon cinnamon extract, taken in controlled doses as a standardized supplement. Ceylon cinnamon has been shown to lower fasting blood sugar, reduce insulin resistance, and even help with cholesterol in some studies. It works by slowing the breakdown of carbohydrates in your digestive system and improving how your cells respond to insulin. But here's where most people go wrong. They buy the wrong kind, cassia cinnamon, which contains high levels of coumarin, a compound that can damage your liver over time. Ceylon cinnamon, on the other hand, is much safer, purer, and more effective, but also more expensive. And again, dosage matters. Clinical results usually come from taking 500 millidarm to 200 millidarm per day, not just shaking a bit over your breakfast. Now, while cinnamon is helpful, it's not a magic bullet. It works best when combined with diet and movement, and especially alongside the next supplement I want to share with you, one that most people think is useless, but it's actually vital if you're over 45. I'm talking about alpha-lipoic acid, or ALA. This compound is both fat and water soluble, which means it works in virtually every cell of your body. It's a powerful antioxidant, but what's most exciting for diabetics is how ALA affects nerve health and insulin sensitivity. If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numbness in your feet or hands, early signs of diabetic neuropathy, ALA can help repair and protect your nerves. But it also has a metabolic benefit. Studies show that alpha-lipoic acid improves insulin sensitivity and helps cells absorb more glucose, especially when taken twice daily in doses around 300 milligrams. Some people feel a noticeable improvement in their energy and post-meal glucose stability after just a few weeks. But again, don't expect miracles from day one. These are tools, not cures. You must stay consistent. Now let's flip the coin and look at something dangerous. Supplements that sound good, but could actually hurt you. One example? Bitter melon. Yes, bitter melon is a popular herb in many cultures for managing blood sugar. But what they don't tell you is that bitter melon can drop blood sugar suddenly, especially if combined with diabetes medications. There have been cases where people ended up dizzy, confused, or even fainting because they took too much bitter melon on top of their usual meds. Unless you're under professional supervision, bitter melon is risky. and it's not a daily use supplement for most people. The same goes for fenugreek, another plant that's marketed to diabetics. While it can improve insulin response in some people, it also affects hormone levels, especially in women, and can cause unpleasant digestive issues like bloating or gas. If a supplement makes you feel worse, messes with your appetite, or gives you cramps, your body is telling you something. That's why I always tell people this. Simple, clean, proven ingredients beat trendy herbs every time. Stick to what has clinical support and has been tested in real people, not just rats in a lab. Now let's talk about synergy. Because one of the biggest mistakes people make with supplements is thinking they all work separately, like taking one pill here, another pill there, and hoping for the best. But that's not how your body works. Your metabolic system is a network, and some supplements work better together than alone. For example, magnesium helps berberine work more effectively. Chromium boosts the impact of cinnamon. ALA protects the cells while other supplements improve glucose transport. When used strategically, in proper doses, with meals, and in a stable routine, these compounds create a powerful, supportive environment inside your body that accelerates healing. And that's the goal, isn't it? To feel like your body is finally working with you, not against you. To eat a meal without worrying if it will ruin your day. To take a walk and feel energized instead of wiped out. To see your blood sugar graph stabilize and stay there. That's the power of combining science, strategy, and real effort. And don't worry, you don't need to take 10 pills a day. In the next segment, I'll show you how thousands of diabetics are building a simple, effective supplement routine that fits into their lifestyle, even if they're on medications, over 60, or have struggled for years. But before we move on, remember this. Supplements are just one part of the puzzle. No capsule can replace a healthy meal, a good night's sleep, or movement. But they can make those things work better and finally give you the progress you deserve. Stay with me. The next part might be exactly what you've been waiting for. Let me tell you something most people never hear after being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You can take back control, even if you've been on medication for years, even if your doctor says it's progressive, even if your numbers seem stuck, no matter what you try. The key is consistency, knowledge, and building a system that works with your body, not against it. And that's exactly what thousands of people are doing right now, every day, by using targeted supplements the right way. Not randomly, not blindly, but as part of a structured routine. So how does that look? Let me walk you through a simple, real-world supplement routine used by diabetics who are actually lowering their blood sugar naturally and keeping it stable. Let's imagine it's morning. Before breakfast, many people take alpha-lipoic acid, about 300 milliliters, on an empty stomach. This helps increase insulin sensitivity throughout the day and also protects the nerves. Then, with breakfast, they take a combination of berberine, 500 mg, magnesium glycinate, 200-300 mg, Ceylon cinnamon extract, 500-1000 mg, and chromium picolinate, 200 mg/cg. Why with food? Because these supplements help regulate post-meal glucose spikes, one of the biggest challenges for diabetics. And by taking them with your first major meal, you begin the day already supporting your insulin function. Later in the day, with lunch or dinner, another dose of berberine, usually 500 mg, may be taken, depending on tolerance and results. And at night, some people choose to take magnesium again, especially if they struggle with sleep, leg cramps, or high fasting glucose in the morning. That's it. No crazy stacks, no handfuls of pills, just smart timing, good forms, and proper dosages. But let's be clear. This isn't about chasing numbers. It's about changing how your body works from the inside out. When these supplements are used consistently, alongside smart nutrition and movement, people start to notice real changes. Waking up with lower fasting glucose, feeling more energy after meals instead of crashing, fewer cravings, less brain fog, and in many cases, a lower A1C after 3 months, even while reducing medication dosages with doctor supervision. These aren't theories. These are real people doing this every day. People in their 50s, 60s, 70s, many of whom had completely lost hope. And now, for the first time in years, they feel in control again. But there's something else we need to talk about, because supplements aren't always safe for everyone. Some combinations can interact with medications like metformin, insulin, glipizide, or blood pressure drugs. That's why it's crucial to track how your body responds when adding supplements, and consult your doctor before making any major changes, especially if you're on prescriptions. For example, berberine may enhance the effect of metformin, so glucose could drop lower than expected. Magnesium can affect the absorption of thyroid meds or certain antibiotics. Cinnamon extract in high doses may thin the blood slightly. ALA, if taken with insulin, might increase the risk of mild hypoglycemia in some sensitive individuals. So don't treat supplements like candy. Treat them like tools, powerful, but only if used correctly. And always remember, one size does not fit all. Some people respond very well to berberine and cinnamon. Others don't notice a big change until they add magnesium or chromium. And some people need to start slow, with just 1 or 2 supplements, and build from there. That's why listening to your body, tracking your numbers, and adjusting gradually is so important. And here's the thing. You don't have to figure this out alone. There are communities, support groups, doctors, and coaches who specialize in natural diabetes management. And more importantly, there's a growing movement of people just like you who are taking action instead of waiting for things to get worse. They're not looking for shortcuts. They're building routines, testing, learning, and they're seeing results, not because of luck, but because they decided to do more than just follow orders. They took ownership, and now, instead of fearing every blood test, they're excited to see progress. Imagine that feeling. You wake up, check your glucose, and it's finally in a healthy range. You eat a meal you enjoy, and it doesn't send your numbers through the roof. You feel clear, steady, in control. And when you go to your doctor, they say the words you've been waiting for. Your A1C has improved. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. That's what this is about. Not perfection, not quick fixes, but building a system that actually works, because it's based on your body, your effort, and real science. In the next segment, I'm going to show you how to choose the best supplement brands, how to avoid scams, and which ingredients to look for on the label. Plus, we'll cover a few bonus natural remedies that can enhance the effects of everything we've talked about today. And don't forget, if you want to see what thousands of others are doing every day to lower their blood sugar naturally, the link is right there in the description. Keep watching. We're almost there. Let's now talk about what most people get wrong, even after they've chosen the right supplements. Because yes, berberine, magnesium, chromium, ALA, Ceylon cinnamon, all of these work. But their power doesn't just come from what they are, it comes from how you use them together. This is where synergy comes into play. When you combine the right supplements at the right time, with the right meals, and in the right form, their effects multiply. Let's start with one of the most powerful combinations. Berberine plus ALA. Berberine helps reduce glucose production in the liver and improves insulin sensitivity. ALA works at the cellular level to enhance glucose uptake and mitochondrial function. When taken together, they form a double attack on insulin resistance, one working at the metabolic gate, the other deep inside your cells. Thousands of people have reported that adding ALA to their berberine routine helped them break through stubborn blood sugar plateaus. Now, pair that with magnesium, and you're not just reducing insulin resistance. You're actually calming the nervous system, lowering cortisol levels, improving sleep quality, and reducing stress-induced glucose spikes. Because let's not forget, stress is a blood sugar bomb. You can eat perfectly and still spike if your stress hormones are out of control. That's why magnesium is so underrated. It doesn't just help your insulin, It helps your entire system relax and reset. Want to take it one step further? Add Ceylon cinnamon and chromium to your largest meal. They'll slow down glucose absorption and enhance the action of insulin, creating a smoother post-meal response. So yes, each of these supplements works on its own, but together they build a metabolic safety net. Now, let's talk about quality, because not all supplements are created equal. You need to avoid proprietary blends with no dosage transparency, cheap fillers like magnesium oxide or cinnamon cassia, outdated formulations with low bioavailability, supplements from shady brands that don't test for purity. When choosing supplements, here's what to look for. Berberine HCl, 500 mg per capsule, ideally paired with milk thistle or alpha-lipoic acid magnesium glycinate or citrate, 200-400 mg. Not oxide Ceylon cinnamon extract, standardized to at least 8% polyphenols, chromium picolinate, 200 mcg. Not chromium chloride alpha-lipoic acid, 300-600 mg per day. Avoid racemic mixtures if possible. Check for third-party testing, clean ingredient lists, and reviews from verified diabetic users, not just fitness influencers. And don't fall for overpriced diabetes blends with 30 ingredients and zero science behind them. It's better to take 4 clean, proven supplements than 12 that don't work. Let's now add in a few natural remedies that amplify everything you're doing. First, apple cider vinegar. Just 1 tablespoon mixed in water before meals has been shown to reduce post-meal glucose spikes by 20-30% in some people. It slows gastric emptying and improves insulin sensitivity, and when combined with cinnamon and berberine, the effect is even stronger. Second, walk after meals. Even a 10-minute walk after eating can reduce your glucose response significantly, especially when your supplements are kicking in. You're helping your muscles pull sugar out of your bloodstream without more insulin. Third, hydration and fiber. Supplements work better in a hydrated, well-fed body. If you're not drinking water or getting soluble fiber from veggies and seeds, your digestion slows down and absorption gets erratic. Fiber also feeds the gut bacteria that help metabolize nutrients like magnesium and ALA more efficiently. All of this works together. That's what most people miss. They want one pill, one secret, one fix. But when you combine supplements, habits, timing, and nutrition, your results begin to compound. This is why some people see a 5 to 10 mg/dl drop in fasting glucose within a week, and others don't. It's not just the pill, it's the system. Now let me answer a common question I get. Do I have to take these supplements forever? The short answer, no. These supplements are tools to help your body rebalance. Once your blood sugar stabilizes, insulin resistance improves, and your A1C drops, many people are able to reduce or cycle off supplements under doctor supervision. But you need to earn that moment by being consistent now. You're not stuck. You're just one system away from breakthrough. That system may look like this: berberine plus, ALA before meals, magnesium in the evening, cinnamon plus chromium with your largest meal, apple cider vinegar, plus short walks, clean meals, plus good sleep, simple, repeatable, sustainable, and best of all, it works. You don't have to keep guessing. You don't have to suffer silently or watch your numbers rise month after month. You don't have to accept that this is just how things are now. Because people just like you, people who were scared, skeptical, and stuck, have changed their lives by taking this seriously, one step at a time. You can do it too. And if you want to see exactly what they're doing, including routines, results, and stories, it's all in the link right below this video. In the final section, we'll wrap it all up. You'll leave this video with clarity, confidence, and a clear next step. Let's finish this together. Let's take a deep breath. You've just learned more about diabetic supplements in 20 minutes than most people hear in a lifetime of appointments. And now you understand something crucial. You're not powerless. You're not broken. And you are definitely not alone. because behind every supplement we've covered, berberine, magnesium, ALA, chromium, cinnamon, there's a deeper message. It's not about pills. It's about finally taking back control. Your body still listens. It still adapts. It still responds when you give it what it needs. Not gimmicks, not noise. Just the right support at the right time. Think about this. What if one small change, just one, started a domino effect in your life? What if adding berberine before meals helped you avoid that next sugar crash? What if a little magnesium at night helped you finally sleep deeper, wake up clearer, and feel stable in the morning? What if the right combination of natural support helped you lower your numbers, reduce your meds, and feel hope again? These aren't just what ifs. They're real stories from real people happening right now. And your story could be next. But nothing happens unless you take the first step. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one supplement we talked about today, just one, and start. Start small. Start smart. Track your response. Then build from there. You don't need to overhaul everything at once. You need momentum, and the confidence that comes from finally seeing progress. And if you want to discover what thousands of people are doing every day to lower their blood sugar naturally, to wake up with steady glucose, to eat without fear, to live without constant crashes, the path they're following is waiting for you. The solution is right there in the description. Click it, explore it, and decide for yourself if this is your moment to change. And before you go, if this video gave you value, please give it a like, leave a comment sharing your experience, and subscribe. Because I create these videos to give you real answers, real hope, and real support. And there's so much more I want to share with you. Remember, your diagnosis is not your destiny. You have more power than you think, and now you have the tools to use it. Stay strong, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next video.